guys, this is Angie H, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts Over Tea. This is your weekly dose of tea where we dive right into holistic health, societal issues, and even a platform that gives you that motivation and inspiring thoughts that would help you see the rainbow even in your darkest cloud. So I want you to sit back, grab that cup of tea, and enjoy the show. Good morning and welcome to Thursday Thoughts Over Tea. I am your host, Angie H, and today let's talk about first, conquering your first plane ride, your first step of faith to launch a business, write a book, just conquering the different things that you have set out on your list of goals to do, just having the courage to do them, just having the courage to conquer it. And I post a question across my social media like I always do. And one of my Facebook friends, Asia, she said that people have to get over their fear of failure. I totally agree with her. That was one of the different things that held me in my box, that kind of kept me from doing different things. And to this day, it still kind of affects me some. And I used to have this big issue with what would they say? How would they react? And it was major. It played a major part of my life when it came to family. For whatever reason, I've always put more thought into what family members or different people that were supposed to be close to me, how they would feel, how they would react. So I would always bounce things off of certain people, and then it would always get some kind of negative backlash. And so as I grew and wanted to do and step out and branch and do different things, I would always play that negativity in the back of my mind, but never really taking on or catching on to the fact that a lot of times people shoot you down because they don't have the gumption or the willpower or whatever you want to call it to step outside of their own comfort zone. So if I'm not comfortable in doing something different and being different, why would I want you to be different? Because then you'll be doing more than me. And I want to keep you beneath me so that I can look like I'm the one that got it together. Not that you are so brave to do different things and step outside of your box, because then you look better than me. And I have to be the one that look like they got it together. And so it was very hard for me to conquer my first. Writing my first book. It took me 7 years to release my first book. I had it written. Then once I typed it, it was typed for 2 years. I had my editor, Rochelle. She had it, and then she was just sitting there like, why are we still holding on to this? Like, she literally would get me all the time because she knew that I was afraid. She knew that I was afraid to release it. And she would tell me when she got to certain chapters in my book, it would be a time that she was going through something and she needed it. So she was like, you need to get over this fear and release this book. So I finally released it, and it will be 2 years old in May. But it took me 7 years to even get to the point of releasing. And then when I got down to the very end, I procrastinated again. And it took my sister, and I know y'all hear me talking about my sister Arkita all the time, but it took my sister to sit me down in front of the computer, finish up my stuff, edit some of the stuff, put my cover on, load it up. It took all that. And I know she's like, I'm sick of you and all this fear. But I conquered that first. So now I'm a little bit more confident after conquering that first. I'm a little bit more confident to prepare to write my next one. As you know, I'm preparing to write my next one. I'm preparing to release certain things with my writings. And I'm a little bit more confident now. But that's the thing. Like, once you conquer that first initially, then it builds your confidence to do something else. It builds that confidence to say, okay, I can check this off. I checked this off. So now what other first do I need to conquer? So I conquered the first over the weekend. My first plane ride. Guys, y'all know how dramatic I can be. When I tell you, I had anxiety the whole week before I left on Friday. I developed an anxiety cough. I didn't even know that exists. Like, I literally had these coughing spells. My brother-in-law BJ laughed at me because he said, "What? A coughing spell? You so old." But I went on my first plane ride. The takeoff had me a little nervous, but that landing, I felt like I was falling out the sky. But I had to conquer my first, because I had spoke things into the atmosphere. And I had told my husband, this year we will travel. This year we will live. But I didn't know Jesus, my big homie, was going to make it happen in January. I thought he was going to let it ease. He was going to let me ease into it. But he fooled me. So my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, BJ and Shamika, they planned this couples trip for us to Denver. And before I can back out of it, because once I realized I had to get on the plane, they had already got the plane ticket. Like, because they already knew that I would be like, oh, you know what? We can't get that. Don't worry about it. We can't even get no plane ticket. It ain't no plane ticket going out. So I had to conquer that first. Oh my gosh. I did better coming back because I had already conquered that fear. Yes, I had anxiety. Yes, I was nervous. And it's funny because the people that were on the plane that realized it was my first time, they actually checked on me after the plane was over. And it was like, how you feel? The lady that sat beside us, she was like, are you okay? You know, she was checking on me before she went to sleep. When we landed, she was like, are you okay? It wasn't bad, right? It was smooth. And then just a lot of people. Then when we were coming back on Monday, some of the people that went down with us on Friday flew back with us on Monday, and they was like, okay, this is your second time. You're a veteran now. And they was like, well, you okay your first one? I was like, yeah, but I actually, the second time, I was a little more confident, a little more comfortable, and I actually went to sleep. That plane right there, I did not sleep. Absolutely not. I'm pretty sure that my husband has permanent fingernail marks inside of his arms because that's how nervous I was. But that is a first that I conquered that scared me to death. And I knew that it scared me because my children, my younger kids, have never flown, but they want to fly and they're excited about, let's take a trip, where I didn't have that confidence. And I think a lot of times we have a fear of the unknown. Especially me, I like to be in somewhat control. And I know that I can't be in control of everything, but I kind of like to know what's going to happen. And that fear of unknown a lot of times causes us to not conquer that first. It causes us not to want to step out of our comfort zone and do something different because we don't know what's going to happen. Either it's going to go great or it's going to go horribly wrong, and we're going to learn from it. And that is the mindset that I want to kind of grab hold to in this year, is getting out there doing it. And another first that I had, and I know, don't laugh, but another first that I have is I never rode an Uber or Lyft. So I did all this stuff in Denver. And on the way back, we did it by ourselves. So, you know, my sister-in-law, she is a travel blogger and she can get things done. She had an itinerary that was laid out to the max. When I tell you that she had everything laid out, really, like, she is really good at traveling. So we took the Uber, and traveling and saving are her specialty. So my first time taking an Uber, you have to, when you get to Denver airport, you have to take a train to downtown. So first thing that I can remember, I think my mom took us on a plane when we were younger. I don't remember any of that, but as an adult, my first time taking a train. So I had so many firsts that I conquered in one weekend. So I just wanted to share, like, that fear of failing will hold us hostage, and it will paralyze us into the same places that we actually want to grow from, but we are scared to make that first move. So we have to be in a place where we can conquer the first. So when you're out there, and you have to be very careful who you share stuff with, because everybody don't want you to conquer that first. A lot of people are rooting you on, and they are cheerleaders as long as you're not doing more than them. So that first, meaning that, hey, I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna start this business. Even if I got to work my full-time job until my business takes off, because I need to invest into my business, I'm gonna do it. It's always gonna be somebody to say, well, why would you leave your good job? Why would you even do that? And so then you're stuck, like, you know what, you're right. I need this guaranteed money. Instead of saying, I'm going to use this money to invest in myself. Because a job is not guaranteed. You don't know for sure that you're going to be at that job forever. There's people that will give a job 30 years. And as soon as they no longer fit the model or the plan, they let those people go. 30 years, this is all I know. Now you're telling me that I have to start over. I could be older. They may not want to hire me. I could require, with my experience, they may have to pay me so much more than they would have to pay somebody younger and off the street. So now I'm in a place where I'm taking a pay cut. And my life is not going to be the same because I have to make so many changes. So people don't look at the bigger picture or even understand your desire to want to conquer at first. So that's why you have to write this stuff down. I want you to take a list and I want you to say, my first. How would I conquer it? What would I do to achieve this goal? And then start marking it off. So a plane ride was one of my first. So now, I'm going to take it. I'm going to do it. It's some classes and certifications that I'm taking. And it will be a first for me. It will be a first for me to get these certifications and contract myself. Where I totally work for myself. It's different things that I want to conquer. I want to conquer by myself and with my family. But I have to write it down. And we have to see it. And we have to mark them off. So the fear factor plays a major part in you conquering your fears and the first, and establishing the dreams and the foundation for your dreams. It's going to take courage. It's going to take for you to really look at yourself as this unstoppable vessel that can do anything no matter what. And at the same time, sometimes when you get out there, it may not work out right then. It may not work out how you planned it, but you're going to learn from it. And you're not going to give up. So you're going to detour, and you're going to reroute, and you're going to try it again. But don't give up. Take that moment to conquer your first, because you will be proud that you even stepped out to do it. A lot of people don't have the courage enough to step out of their comfort zone and do anything. So they make it so, and they plant these seeds of doubt in our mind, in our heart. We fester on it. We allow it to grow just based on them not wanting to do more for themselves. Change your circle. Write your first down. Conquer them. And be confident in knowing that even if it doesn't work out like you thought it would, you had the faith and courage enough to take the first step to even begin the journey of conquering your first. So you guys have a great and wonderful day, and be sure that you write those first down and you begin to conquer them. And I can't wait for you guys to share on all my social media platforms. Hey girl, I conquered the first today. I want to hear these stories. I want to hear how brave you were. Just like I had to conquer that plane ride. And I felt like I was falling out the sky when it was time to land. And I developed an anxiety cough. Yeah, weirdo. But I did it. So now when I go on a plane ride, I'll be a little bit more confident because I did it. Confidence will build when you step out and do things that you've never thought you could, and you actually succeed at it. So you guys have a great and wonderful Thursday. This has been Angie H. Thank you for listening to Thursday Thoughts Over Tea. Hey guys, Coach Angie here, defining our purpose. What does that mean to you? What does that entail? What does that look like? What do you feel that you may need in order to define your personal purpose? Could it be you need a little inspiration and motivation? Could it be that you need something that's going to help you with your spiritual growth and personal growth? Could it be that you need just a little jump start to begin that holistic health journey that you keep saying that you're going to start? Well, you can find some of these things to help you on my website, www.definingourpurpose.com. If you click on the DOP tab, you can actually find my devotional workbook, Inspirations, ANNESPIRATIONS. This is something that helped me in my dark days, and I wrote it from a place that I needed to find my own personal spiritual growth. Also, you can click on the Niche Charles tab, and there you will find my holistic products that I create by hand, as well as my coaching and different services that I provide. No matter what you need, just know that you don't have to do it alone, that there is someone that you can talk to, and I'm that person if you need me. Definingourpurpose.com is where you can find all the information. Also, Inspirations is also found on Kindle and Amazon. Thank you for tuning in to Thursday Thoughts Over Tea. I hope that you enjoyed the show. If you feel so inclined, please subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple, TuneIn, and wherever you get your awesome podcasts, and also on Anchor FM. So remember, we're here every Thursday for some much needed chit chat over your hot cup of tea.